Hey there, muscle car fans! If you're in the market for a classic ride with power and style, you've come to the right place. In this video, we're going to be counting down the 10 best classic muscle cars to own. These are the cars that defined an era of American automotive culture and have since become highly sought after by collectors and enthusiasts alike. Number 10, 1970, Chevrolet SS. Chevrolet advertised the 1970 Chevelle SS as the king of muscle cars. Nearly 50 years later, the Chevelle SS remains one of the best classic muscle cars to own. As the first generation of the Supersport model, the Chevelle SS had a 454 cubic inch V8 engine with either a 4-speed manual or a 3-speed automatic transmission. The power plant produced between 350 and 450 horsepower, depending on the engine option. The introduction of the Chevelle SS was great for those who wanted a muscle car but didn't want to go through the hassle of putting it together. Number 9, 1964, Pontiac GTO. The 1964 Pontiac GTO was one of the best muscle cars ever made. It's one of the cars that helped change the image of Pontiac by appealing to the hearts of young enthusiasts. The GTO used a 389 VD 6.4-liter V8 engine and a 4-speed manual transmission. The result was 325 ponies of muscle car goodness. Most enthusiasts consider this the vehicle that paved the way for iconic muscle cars like the Mustang, making it a titan that one should aim towards getting in their collection. Number 8, 1973 Chevrolet 454 Corvette. The 454 Corvette is one of the best conversation starters money can buy. It's an excellent option for first-time classic muscle car owners, thanks to its historical significance. The 1973 454 Corvette was one of the last big block vehicles before the new emission laws of the 1970s. The 1973 model year also marked the final combination of chrome bumpers and the 454 V8 engine. Thanks to V8 power, the 454 Corvette was deafening loud, enough to put a smile on any enthusiast. It's also among the more affordable classic muscle cars you can buy. Number 7, 1968 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. The Camaro remains one of the greatest muscle cars from Chevrolet. It's a legendary muscle car that saw the first light of day on September 26, 1966. As a direct rival to the Mustang, the Camaro remains one of the most coveted cars on the market. The 1968 Camaro Z28 is among the few pony cars with great aesthetic appeal and brute force. It successfully spoiled the Mustang's party by offering enthusiasts enough power from a 302 cubic inch 4.9-liter V8 with 290 ponies and 380 lb-ft of torque. Number 6, 1970 Buick GSX. The 1970 Buick GSX is one of the few classic muscle cars that ooze brawn and beauty in abundance. It had a gorgeous design, making it look like an exotic supercar. The 1970 GSX also had a mega 455 cubic inch V8 motor under the hood, making it a blur at speeds. All these aspects combine to make the Buick GSX a muscle car at the top of the food chain. Its potent motor produced 350 ponies and 510 lb-ft of torque, giving it enough grunt to outperform its competition. Number 5, 1967 Dodge Coronet. The Coronet was one of Dodge's most successful vehicles, thus being around for 8 generations. Enthusiasts loved some models of the Coronet lineup, including the 1967 Dodge Coronet. It had some visual cues from the Charger, including the new single-piece grille. The coolest bit of the 1967 Coronet was the RT trim, which had a 7.2-liter Magnum V8 under the hood. The motor produced between 365 and 375 ponies, making the Coronet a great drag machine. Dodge also offered the Coronet with a 425 GP Hemi engine, along with beefed-up air intake and transmission. Number 4, 1968 Ford Mustang Mach 1. One of the best 1960s muscle car is the 1968 Ford Mustang Mach 1. It was the performance version of the Mustang, making it an iconic classic muscle car. It's also among the rarer Mustang models from the 1960s, making it one of the best classic muscle cars to own. While this 1968 Mustang Mach 1 couldn't get to Mach 1 speeds, It was one of the most powerful and fastest muscle cars of the time. Underneath its hood was either a 5.8, 6.4, or 7.0-liter V8 engine, with the 7.0-liter churning out 335 horsepower and 440 lb-ft of torque. Number 3, 1970, Plymouth Hemi Cuda. It's evident that the 1960s and 70s were among the best years for muscle cars. General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler dominated the automotive market during this time. The Plymouth Hemi Cuda was among the vehicles that made history in the 1970s. For starters, it had an exceptional 426 Hemi engine under the hood, churning out 425 ponies and 490 lb-ft of torque. Because of the race-bred engine, the Cuda ended up being wider and lower than the previous Barracuda models. Number 2, 1970 Dodge Charger RT. If you're a classic muscle car collector, the 1970 Dodge Charger RT should already be on your list. Most Fast and Furious film aficionados will instantly recognize the Charger since it was Dominic Toretto's car of choice. When it comes to muscle cars, the 1970 Dodge Charger RT is among the most iconic machines. Among the party tricks of this muscle car was the Beast hiding under its hood, a naturally aspirated V8 engine churning out an impressive 380 horsepower and 482 lb-ft of torque. This is among the classic muscle cars you should never hesitate to get into your garage. Number 1, 1978 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. Named after an American racing series, the Pontiac Firebird Trans Am was a close sibling to the Chevrolet Camaro. Upon its arrival in 1969, it dethroned the brand's very own GTO, succeeding to being around for 4 generations until 2002. While some models are rare, like the 1969 Trans Am Ram Air 4, the 1978 model is an excellent option for most enthusiasts. It had great power and speed, and Burt Reynolds drove it in Smokey and the Bandit. The 1978 model remains an iconic automobile that most would be lucky to have in their collection. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more car reviews and other cool content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.